Recently, Turbo Overkill was released in early access. This is a brutal action game where a hero with a saw leg rushes through locations and turns crowds of enemies into heaps of meat. The trailers were impressive with an abundance of cool guns, dynamic gameplay and cool visuals, but is this enough to make the game cool? Hi guys. You are on the RTV Gaming channel and we are starting Turbo Overkill. At first glance, it looks like a typical retro shooter, but once you enter the game for at least an hour, it becomes clear, this is the quintessence of all the best that the FPS genre has to offer. Except that the graphics may not appeal to connoisseurs of the latest technologies, and a couple of game design decisions cause skepticism. The plot of Turbo Overkill is straightforward. Far future. The cyberpunk city is filled with neon lights, cars fly through the sky, and any limb can be replaced with a cybernetic one. Alas, technology has not made life better for mankind. For example, all living things are threatened by a deranged AI. Fortunately, the protagonist gets in the way of crazy plans. To do this, he has cool guns, remarkable dexterity and a cyber leg, from which a saw can fly out at any moment. However, the main feature of Turbo Overkill is not in the weapon. At first, the hero only has a saw leg, but in the future he will find many other pieces of iron that increase combat power. For example, he will put a prosthesis on his second leg, which allows him to run along the walls, and a device that shoots rockets on his arm. There are many modifications, but at the same time two can be screwed on each limb. An extensive bestiary also adds variety. Enemies with daggers instead of hands, armored soldiers with flamethrowers, jumping mutants and many others will meet on the way. The level structure also adds variety. The combination of platforming, arena combat, and rare episodes where the hero can stop and look for some secret turned out to be perfect. Each mechanic is so addictive that it is simply impossible to turn off Turbo Overkill. Instead of looking at your watch and making the wise decision to go to sleep, you want to go through at least one more level. And one more. And further. The gameplay of the Novelty seems perfect. For a long time there were no games in which it would be so pleasant to shoot. However, there is a problem with Turbo Overkill that can be puzzling or even pissing. It's all about the save system. Even on the normal difficulty level, the enemies are a serious challenge and quickly take out the character. At the same time, the difficulty itself is not puzzling, it is precisely it that helps to reveal the gameplay chips to the maximum. The problem lies in the save system. Respawn points are often too far apart. Sometimes, to get to the place of death, you have to go through impressive gaps again, where there is a place for complex shootouts and difficult platforming. On Steam, the Novelty has 96% of positive reviews, but even among them there are a lot of complaints about respawns. Gamers deservedly praise the shooter, but note that the save system should be corrected. However, this drawback is easy to fix with patches, and there are generally no other problems in Turbo Overkill. Let the game irritate in some places, but still leaves the most pleasant impressions. Turbo Overkill is a retro shooter, so you should not expect modern technologies and textures from the game. However, if the work of artists is more important to you than RTX and anti-aliasing, the visuals should be to your liking. Even if retro style is not to your liking, the Novelty should be given a chance.